Good morning. It is 8:41 a.m. on Tuesday, August 11th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I've been up for a little while. This is 5 more minutes. The reason I've been up for a little while and I didn't do the video before now is because this morning I had an appointment with my doctor. Not for this is just a routine checkup with my primary care. Yeah, so like nothing to be concerned about. But what I thought was really interesting is they contacted me in advance to basically say, since this is just a checkup, how do you feel about doing telemedicine instead of coming in? And I'm thinking, that sounds great to me. And so I was kind of interested to see how that was going to go. And so I didn't do my video because I was going to wait for the wait for that to happen, and it did, and it went well, and it went just fine. And so they arranged in advance that they texted me a link that opened up a secure video call, which was essentially just kind of any other video call. Although, I don't know the software enough to understand what the secure part of it is, but it went fine, so it was just an ordinary video chat. Like, the one thing, obviously, that can't really easily be done with the telemedicine is they can't, get blood work. And I wasn't really due for anything except thyroid, which was kind of non-urgent, especially since I've been feeling relatively well. So, just for an, an ordinary check-in, it went just fine. And yeah, so kind of neat that that's an option, that technology allows that it's a little safer for everybody. But she also emphasized to me that if I ever did feel like there was something more serious that I really did need to go in, I can go in and get an appointment. So, it's good to hear both of those things, right? One, that I'm able to do the checkup without going in, but also that I could go in if I felt like I needed to. Yeah. And also, she hadn't seen Rocket yet since my last, because I got him since my last appointment. So I got to hold him up to the camera, and she diagnosed him as a cutie pie. And I trust her, so. In other news, I rewatched Mean Girls yesterday. And the reason I did that is because Unspooled is a podcast with Paul Scheer and Amy Nicholson. I'm pretty sure that's her last name. Do a podcast where they're doing the same thing that Mike and I do for Watching 100 Movies, where they watch through the AFI Top 100 list. But they recently finished the list, and so they're planning a season 2 where they're going to watch different movies. And so their first series is going to be about coming of age and back to school movies. And so Mean Girls is the first one for that. And it had been a while since I had watched it, and honestly, I had forgotten how many of its jokes had just entered the common lexicon to the point where I didn't even remember that's what it was from anymore. But given that I had only just watched the Eurovision Song Contest's The Story of Fire Saga that has Rachel McAdams in it, it was interesting going back and seeing the younger version of her in Mean Girls. And it's just really good. It's just a lot of, it sort of set a new benchmark for what high school movies are. And it's really good. It held up. Totally fetch. And then I also rewatched Knives Out, which remains good. I wasn't surprised by that one. I had not forgotten that it was good, but I just felt like experiencing it again. And then last but not least, I had been a little bit frustrated at some of the recent stuff going up on HBO Max, because although I have HBO through my cable provider, for a while there, they were saying that like I could do HBO Go, but not HBO Max. And I didn't understand why, and that was annoying. But then yesterday I went to go and log on to HBO Go, and it gave me an error message. And I'm like, what? Oh no. So I just decided to look up, have they fixed it? And so sure enough, now with Xfinity, you can get HBO Max. And so I logged on to that and watched the first couple of episodes of the Harley Quinn cartoon, which were pretty good. So I'll go ahead and leave it there for now. Today's my last sort of day of vacation before, you know, it's sort of back to work. Although my schedule is going to be a little weird the remainder of this week. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm probably going to be doing like evening shift Wednesday through Friday this week. We'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, so many levels tonight. And then I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.